All right, so just to kind of put everything into context here, I'm doing this to try to sort of make my own little DIY drive-in, essentially, because movie dates are expensive, and I figured if I can just make my own like drive-in out of junk, it'll be like better, you know? So anyways, that's what I'm doing here. I got this old crate that I wasn't really using for anything, and it seems to look like it's just the right size for this. It doesn't have the little hooks, but that's fine because it is a little bit of a tight fit, and I am going to want to easy open and close, and I'm also going to be running wires out of here so that way I don't have to drill into this. So plan here is I'm going to have the wires go into the power inverter coming off of these two auxiliary ones, just coming out, going straight up into the power inverter. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up these female ends to the battery terminals. That way I have a quick charging option. And what I'm going to do for the quick charging cable is I'm going to hook up the male ends of these welding leads to one side of these jumper cables. And I'm going to make some sort of a cap for this because you never want to leave that, even if it's just for a short period of time. That'll be hot, so everything in your car is going to be aground. I'll come up with something for that, maybe even just a piece of duct tape for the road, but possibly even a carburetor cap. Actually looks like that might work perfect, but we'll see. Anyways, that's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys kind of what I'm up to. Nypex makes these little pocket channel locks. I think they're called the Nypex Cobra, I think. It might just be the style of plier that it is, but it's like about 30 bucks. It's this really neat, nifty little pocket pair of pliers. That's not what this is. This is like a Crescent something or other. I don't know. It had this little quick auto adjust arm that I broke pretty quickly. The handles were like 4 inches longer, and I figured that leverage is probably just gonna break this damn thing. So kind of figured I'd play it to its strengths, make it smaller, and it really does make a pretty nifty little pair of pocket pliers. So I don't have a part number for you, but if you're at Home Depot and you see the little, it's got like a little lever on the back so it can like automatically adjust the size. Like I said, I broke that by accident, but still handy. Cut them down. I think they're like 10 bucks for this pair. You just cut them down and they work great as pocket pliers. Probably not as good as Nypex. Nypex makes really high quality. All right, so just kind of giving you an idea. For the positive, I think I might reuse this length just because it's there and it already has ends that I need on both sides. So I'm gonna just run one length from here, probably to right about here. That way the hole's high up and there's no real chance for water to get in. There is holes in the bottom that I need to patch up, but for now this will work because it's going to be inside of a vehicle. But I'm going to run very short length to right there. Then I got to run another length from there all the way out to here where that guy's going to sit. So I just need to cut those two lengths, and then I'll show you how to make the end, or put the ends on there, best way that I do it anyways. Scrap wires. Try to find me some that'll work. Looks like it should do. Perks of keeping junk. I only had one though, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to just deal with only having one. Alright, so here I got the first connector that's going to go from the battery terminal to the welding female end. Sorry, the battery like main terminal to the female end. I need to make one more of these, and I need to make one more of these. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I have this one already ready to go. I don't need to make the battery terminal portion, but I do need to make the eyelet portion, which means I'm going to need what? 1, 2, 3. First, let me just show you how I'm going to make them for this one. So I guess I'll go ahead and throw the battery terminal on this end, and I'll show you what I'm getting at here. Now, I don't usually buy those eye connectors unless they come with kits. I usually just make them out of copper pipe. I find that's the cheapest and easiest way to do it. Seems to produce the best results. I haven't had any problems making connectors like that in the past, so they seem to hold up pretty well too. Just from the tests I've been able to do as far as timeline goes. crimp that real good with the channel locks. Solder me a little dabble on there just to make sure it's good and glued. Good. Just need a little piece of heat shrink that I think I lost. Oh, I didn't. Sweet. All right, so there's that on there. Now I'm going to show you how to do the little eye connectors. Stuff a little flat out of this, basically. Now, if you have sheets of copper too, if that's something you find yourself using, then maybe you can use that. Might be a little easier. But I just have tubes, so flatten this piece of copper out a little bit. All right, now I have the hole. When I know it fits through the bolts, I'm going to be trying to pop it through. Now I can go ahead and shape the rest of it. So I want it to be kind of round like this. Now it's not as thick, which does suck a little bit, but it's going to be okay. I'll show you. So I'm going to get the basic shape cut out with these shears. And then I will take it to the belt sander to make sure it's real good and smooth and round it off. And not all yucky and weird, you know. Yep, yucky and weird. We don't want that. We don't want yucky and weird. The idea here is I'm going to make that little round part that's for the connector, and then the back is going to have some feet or legs, whatever you want to call them, in order to pop them together, or not pop them together, in order to crimp it onto the wire coming into it. Now, like I said, I am going to be soldering these, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but it doesn't hurt to be close. That's as good as it needs to be with these. I'm going to go ahead and take it to the belt sander now. This is the ground too, so not that that's going to really make a difference in this regard, but just do that. Crimp it down real good. I like to grab at the very bottom of the channel locks so I can get a really tight crimp. Maybe even get a divot going like that. That way you really know the wire's not going to come out. And bring the other side over, do the same thing. There's that. Now, alright, not the prettiest solder job, but it'll do the trick. So I'm going to go ahead and insulate the rest of that with some electrical tape after it cools off, and then I'm going to go ahead and make 2 more of these and then get after making that ground wire. this side. Probably try to put them right here, I think. Oh, this thing's coming loose, but whatever, got the holes drilled. So now, with these guys in particular, see they got this little nubby here. I can't just cut a hole, I gotta have that because it's a twist lock and you don't want this thing twisting around while you're doing it. So I am gonna try to retain that just because it is incredibly annoying to not have that working when you're doing, or when you're working with these terminals. Trust me, I know, because half the time I don't connect it. And I regret it every time, so. You'd think I'd have brought that ratio down a little bit, even the mistakes I've forced myself to learn from multiple times, but, you know. You can learn the same lesson twice, I think. I mean, it's not ideal. Try to avoid that at all times. Outside with that all closed, just your charging ports and your inverter ready to be used. I got that solar charger on the top. I might put some sort of better quick connect on here, but that's also ready to hook up solar to it as well. Now I guess I'll build the charging cable. So for the charging cable, and the reason I'm using jumpers on one end, I'm gonna keep the alligator clips on one side. Gonna go ahead and cut these off, put the little male welding connectors on the other end. That way, it can function also as an expansion, not just something that's on board on a specific vehicle, so it just adds to the, you know, just makes it more portable, essentially. The rubber handle thingy over first, so it'll make your life a little easier. You can't get it on over top of it after the fact, so. If you don't do it now, you're never going to get it on without having to take this back off and do the whole thing again. So I'm going to go ahead and push that in there as much as I can. Actually, take out this little copper thing and bend it out again. That way I can kind of reuse it. No sense in cutting a new one up, because this one still works just fine. Pop that back in there. Got that charger and expansion cable done, and this thing's charging up, getting ready to go to use on the date tonight. Anyways, guys, this is the portable power box. There's tons of things you can use this for. I mean, anything you need to plug something in on the go, it can do it. So, yeah, lots of different ways to accomplish that. You can use smaller batteries, different style of batteries, maybe even deeper, like, more volume of whatever the hell, more amp hour batteries, higher amp hour batteries. But yeah, that's the higher capacity. That's the word I'm looking for. Anyways, that's the portable power box video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And other than that, have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless.